You may remember a few years ago I reviewed the SL450, which I described as almost brilliant. Brilliant range of capabilities. But what it was missing was that little bit of punch. Well, today we have a car that is completely brilliant. The SL63 AMG. Hello everyone and welcome to the 2017 SL63 AMG. In my opinion, one of the most underrated, and I would call it a supercars of the 2010s. This is a 2017 model, as I say. I picked it up earlier this year, 13,500 miles only, and this particular car has every option that you can actually get on the car. The sticker with tax was over 200 grand. I picked it up for an awful lot less than that, and I'll talk you through some of the features that it's got later. But at first, a word about what this thing is and what it does. So, you know, I had an SL450 that I loved. I daily drove it for 4 years with no issues. I made a video about it if you look elsewhere on the channel, and I called it almost brilliant because it had such a wonderful breadth of capabilities, from, you know, cruising with the top down to, you know, twisty road driving, but it always lacked just that little bit of punch, those few extra 100 horsepower. Well, this, my friends, delivers that and then some. 577 horsepower, and this thing delivers power in such a seamless, endless, relentless way. It's absolutely addictive to drive. I mentioned earlier that I think that it's, you know, tremendously underrated. I've just spent a week driving a 2022 Aston Martin Vantage. This is a better car. The Vantage was a convertible as well, the rag top. Wonderful in terms of like 11 seconds or whatever to get the thing down, but in terms of refinement, once you're on the highway, this thing knocks it into a cocked hat. This thing accelerates and surges on the motorway so fabulously, and it doesn't really give up much to the Aston in terms of dexterity of its handling. So I'll talk you through some of the features of this particular car. You know, some people have said that this generation of the SL is not a particularly good looking car. Well, I would beg to differ. This particular car is finished in what they call selenite grey magno. So this is not a wrap, this is actually a paint colour. And it's pretty remarkable, because when you see this thing in the sun, it really catches the light. It's got a really nice metallic flake, and yet it's a satin finish. It looks incredibly classy. I think especially when contrasted with the AMG wheels, you'll see that it's got absolutely enormous carbon ceramics on there, which I believe were standard on the 63. But somebody's done a very nice job in speccing the bronzy gold coloured brake calipers. Oh, there's the sun just coming out there beautifully, so we can highlight the sun hitting that wing. What this car also has is the carbon fibre package. You can see the wing mirrors are finished in this lovely carbon fibre weave. Also along the bottom of the doors, you've got the carbon fibre door sills, which again are absolutely fabulous to look at. And as you move towards the back of the vehicle, you know, catching the nice sort of side strake and accentuating it is a little flick fixed carbon wing, which really sets it off. Underneath that, you'll also see that it's got this wonderful AMG exhaust system with the carbon fibre around those blacked out tips. So I think it's a really super looking car. So this is the wonderful 577 brake horsepower engine. In the driving clip, you will have heard some rather astonishing burbles and whistles and pops and bangs. And I thought, well, hey, that's wonderful. That's just what the SL63 does. We had an unexpected treat though when we went to get the car serviced, because it actually has a RENNTech blow-off air valve system fitted, which explains some of the wonderful aural soundscape that you get when you're actually driving around. So I wanted to spend a moment talking about the fit and finish of this generation of Mercedes. Comes in for a lot of stick because of this very dated console. But you know what? There's a difference between luxury and tech. And the two things are conflated. You know, it hasn't got the big iPad screen. What it does have is a dedicated button for heating your seat, cooling your seat, putting the air scarf on, and you can find them all by touch, so you don't kill a pedestrian accidentally because you're looking away at your giant Elon Musk Tesla screen that all the Mercedes seem to have now. You also have a dedicated set of buttons for putting the roof up and down, as opposed to a little slider that you need to keep your finger on when you're using it. And I do think that there is something that is a real sweet spot in the Mercedes 63 line between about 2012 and 2018, where it was about the driving performance, and it was that mated with real quality materials, the leather, the stitching, the Alcantara wheel, and these things deliver the power in a way that, you know, today's smaller displacement Mercs just don't have, and I'm in love with this era of car. So I won't go over again the versatility of the SLs of this era, with the wonderful convertible hard top that gives you the best of both worlds, the refinement, but also the joy of open top motoring. But what they also have, which in the 63 version, which I didn't have before, is the ability to just absolutely take off. This is a fast car and sounds absolutely incredible. So there we have it. Little review of the SL63 AMG. To sum up, I really believe that this is really one of the very best cars I've ever owned. The breadth of capabilities that this thing has is really astonishing. It looks $1 million, and I love the whole hardtop convertible concept. And I think, honestly, there are few cars that do it with as much refinement, luxury, yet with a sporty character as this. I also mentioned in the video, I'm in love with this era of AMGs. So watch this space, because we're going to be talking about an E63 AMG, part of the stable, part of the bad boys, and we'll be talking about why we think those AMGs are the sweet spot with Mercedes. So, see you soon.